So now we are about to finally begin the Dressrosa arc. Before we talk about the part that draw most interest in this episode, let's talk about the end of this filler. One thing that I found interesting was the part where Chopper is mad at Breed, and he says that the whole thing about what he's doing is unacceptable, turning humans into slaves like animals. I found it interesting because of that speech coming from Chopper seem more powerful and make much more impact, since Chopper is an animal. And then he says that phrase that somebody from Breed's crew said to him right after they tossed him into the ocean, saying that he never tried to understand the people around him, and for that nobody was going to follow him. So that made clear two things to me that I had in my mind from last episode. The first one is that he was indeed the captain of the ship, and that his own crew throw him off from the ship because of his behavior. And the second is that he was bad even before that happens, not the way I was thinking, like he was abandoned from his crew, and from there he started to hate humankind and started to create what he called the animal kingdom. Then we got Luffy and Law back into action, and I thought that maybe somebody from Sunny would go and save them, or even maybe Caesar has become desperate to get out of Breed's control, that he know that Luffy and Law are his only chance to get free from Breed's control. But in the end, Law's intelligence was the only thing necessary to save them from falling into water. One thing that I felt a bit off was the explanation about Breed suddenly become so strong with all that muscles and stuff. He says after he used his powers on himself that even if it's impossible, if I say I want to become stronger, I will, not caring about anything else. Now, despite being a poor explanation in my opinion, it's a filler after all, so none of what happens here is taken in consideration around the main story. And one final thing about this filler is what Dugong says in his goodbye speech, where he says that he and his crew are not coming back to Alabasta because they want to explore more the new world, which I think was a clever move from the writers of this filler, because since Dugong is going to remain in the new world, it opens for more chance for he to appear in future fillers episodes. So I think it's a good way to make use of past characters that appears in recent fillers like this one, to use them in new fillers episodes in the future. Now, talking about the most interesting part of this episode, that it was the reading of that newspaper, where we get to know that Flamingo is giving up his Shichibukai's position and his place as a king of Dressrosa just to get Caesar, which make the expectation to this arc goes even higher. One other interesting thing that was also shown in this episode is the new alliance between Hawkins, Apu, and Kid, three of the supernova together to reach something that we still don't know, which makes the expectations even higher around this next arc. And to me, the most tense part of this episode was not the fight against Breed, or the news around Flamingo, or even the three supernovas news. It was that walking from Flamingo to answer that Dendemushi. I was like, man, pick up that phone. That thing was killing me with anxiety. So that's it for this filler arc. The Dressrosa arc is about to begin. Tell me in the comments what do you think are Doflamingo's intentions after he resigned from the Shichibukai position and the Dressrosa throne. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. My name is Jay, and until the next video.